I've always been a sucker for a mystery that actually respects my intelligence instead of just handing me the answer in episode 2. Tonight, I dug through Netflix's mystery catalog and found 10 shows that don't just tell you a story, they mess with you while they're doing it. Timelines that don't add up, narrators you can't trust, endings that send you straight back to episode 1 with completely different eyes. This is the top 10 mystery series on Netflix that will mess with your mind. And a few of these are gonna wreck your week. All streaming platform details are in the pinned comments, so you don't have to pause me every 2 minutes. And if you want more of these, hit subscribe. I put out 2 videos a week. Let's start at number 10.
I should have. Won't your wife be wondering where you are?
She trusts me.
Now for number 10, we've got a courtroom drama that I really think doesn't get talked about enough, and it's titled Anatomy of a Scandal. This one follows a barrister going up against a home minister accused of assault, and on paper that sounds like your standard prestige political drama, but it's not really. Michelle Dockery is ice cold in this, like she already knows every lie you're about to tell her, and Sienna Miller plays this wife holding herself together in public while completely falling apart everywhere else, and it's genuinely one of the better performances I've seen from her. It's not a jump scare kind of mindbender, it's the slow creeping kind, where you start questioning your own read on every single character by episode 4. It's very British, very buttoned up, everyone destroying each other with perfect manners instead of yelling. Good place to start this list, honestly.
Do I know you?
She told you she was pregnant and then she lost the baby.
Number 9, and this one's called The Stranger, and it takes that whole perfect suburban family thing and just detonates it in the first 5 minutes. Some random stranger walks up to a guy at a bar and tells him something about his own wife that completely upends his entire life. And that's just the cold open. From there, it's Harlan Coben doing exactly what Harlan Coben does. Everybody in this town's got a secret, everybody's lying to somebody, and the show just throws about 6 mysteries at you at once and goes figure it out. Is that a lot? Yeah, kind of. Is it a little chaotic in a fun way, like 6 soap operas colliding at one dinner party? Also, yeah. There's a decapitated alpaca in this at some point, and I'm not explaining that. You're welcome. The actress playing the stranger herself is genuinely unsettling in the best way. Number 8, Fool Me Once, and this is for anybody who's ever stared at a security camera and thought, wait, is that? No, that can't be right. A woman's husband gets murdered, she's grieving, trying to hold her family together, and then she checks a hidden nanny cam and sees him, alive, in their daughter's room, playing with her like nothing ever happened. And the show just does not let up from there. Is she losing it? Is somebody messing with her? Is the husband actually not dead? It keeps every single one of those doors open way longer than feels comfortable, honestly. Michelle Keegan plays this former military woman who flat out refuses to be gaslit by everybody around her, which I appreciated. And Joanna Lumley is doing rich, terrifying mother-in-law energy that could curdle milk. Once that nanny cam twist lands, good luck getting anything else done that day.
You've all been missing, presumed dead for 5.5 years.
Number 7 is Manifest, and it made an entire generation of people scared of turbulence for a completely new reason. A plane takes off, hits some rough air, lands totally normal, except 5.5 years have passed for everyone else on Earth. Funerals already happened, spouses remarried, kids grew up without their parents, and then the voices start, these whispers telling passengers to do things they can't explain, and it just spirals out for 4 seasons of wait, so that's connected to? This is comfort mystery, honestly, the kind where you trust the writers actually have a plan even when episode 6 throws something completely unhinged at you. Got that lost DNA all through it, mysterious symbols, government conspiracies, people who clearly know more than they're telling you. Slow burn, but it rewards you for sticking around.
It's worse.
Number 6, CLICKBAIT, and this has maybe the most unsettling cold open on the whole list. A man's found holding a sign that says, "I abuse women," with a countdown ticking toward 5 million views and a threat that once it hits, he dies. His sister refuses to believe it because the guy she knows would never do something like that. And that's the hook, because suddenly everybody in his life has to ask, did I actually know this person at all? The show hands the story to a different character almost every episode, which sounds like it shouldn't work and somehow does. Zoe Kazan carries so much of this with pure desperation, and it's got that everyone's a suspect energy wrapped around a genuinely uncomfortable question about how well any of us actually know the people we love. Kind of Black Mirror adjacent, if I'm honest. Real quick, if you're enjoying this list, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. It genuinely helps more than you'd think, and it costs you nothing. Alright, moving on, because number 5 might be the most stylish nightmare on this entire list. Number 5 is Nordic noir at its creepiest, the CHESTNUT Man. And it kicks off with a killer who leaves a tiny handmade chestnut figurine at every single crime scene, just sitting there, watching. You've got a detective duo who can barely stand each other getting pulled into the case, and what looks like a standard gruesome murder slowly turns out to be tangled up with a government official's own tragic past in a way that genuinely made my jaw drop. This show does that slow, atmospheric thing so well. Cold, gray Copenhagen streets, a killer that feels more like a shadow than a person, and a mystery that keeps circling back on itself until you realize the answer was hiding in plain sight the whole time. It's not jump scares, it's dread, the kind that sits with you after the episode ends. Watch it with the lights on. Number 4, Black Mirror, the OG mind scrambler, the show that basically invented technology is going to ruin us, and also it already has. It's not one story, every episode is its own standalone nightmare, its own cast, its own twisted little what if that starts normal and ends with you staring at your phone like it personally betrayed you. Some episodes are full-blown horror, some are heartbreaking, some are so accurate about where tech's headed that they've basically already come true, which is genuinely a little scary if you think about it too long. Almost every episode is built around some kind of reveal or gut punch twist, and because it's an anthology, you can just hop around and find your favorites. It just came back for a new season too, so honestly there's no better time to catch up on this one.
90 seconds! 20 seconds!
Number 3, Kaleidoscope. And this one messes with your mind before the story even starts, because Netflix actually lets you watch the episodes in whatever order you want. Every episode's labeled by color instead of number, and depending on what order you pick, you get a genuinely different experience of the same heist. It's Giancarlo Esposito planning one last job to get back at the man who betrayed him, and watching him scheme with that same calm, terrifying energy he had as a certain chemistry teacher's business partner is worth the watch alone. The real trick is your brain has to actively assemble this puzzle instead of just being handed it. You're doing detective work on the structure itself. It's genuinely fun to compare notes with friends because you probably watched it in a totally different order than they did. Number 2, bodies. And this is the most literal mess with your mind pick on the whole list because it's the same dead body, same alleyway found across 4 completely different time periods: 1890, 1941, 2023, and 2053. 4 detectives, 4 errors, 4 investigations that all somehow circle back to one impossible question. How does the same body keep showing up across 150 years? The show bounces between these timelines constantly, and at first your brain's just scrambling to keep track of who's who and when's when, and then somewhere around episode 3 it clicks and you realize every thread's quietly pulling toward the same devastating answer. Stephen Graham is doing something deeply unsettling in this that I'm not gonna spoil, but he's the connective tissue holding this whole fractured timeline together.
I'm Louise, your secretary.
It's nice to meet you.
And number 1, Behind Her Eyes, the show with an entire internet's worth of think pieces dedicated to just its last 5 minutes. On the surface, it looks like a pretty simple, slightly messy love triangle. A single mom starts secretly seeing her married boss, then accidentally becomes best friends with his wife without either of them knowing. Sounds like standard chaos, right? Wrong. Underneath that setup is a twist so specific, so genuinely bonkers, that when it lands in the finale, it doesn't just surprise you, it makes you want to immediately rewatch the whole season with completely different eyes, because scenes you thought you understood suddenly mean something else entirely. I'm not spoiling one detail of it, I physically cannot. This ending has been debated online for years now, and that's exactly why it's sitting at number 1 on a list called Mess With Your Mind. And that's the list. Let me know down in the comments which one of these messed with you the hardest. I read every single one of those. If you got something out of this, do me a favor and leave the video a like. It helps way more than you'd think. And subscribe if you're not already following along, because I've got more of these coming. Thanks for sticking around for this one, and I'll see you on the next list.